Hello and welcome to week 8 of the Be Bold Academy. We're very excited that we've made it all the way to week 8, and we just want to honor you and say congratulations for you making it all the way to week 8. You're awesome, you're hard charging, you're doing incredible things, and we're so glad that you're here. So my name is Lisa Pizik, and I am coming to you all the way from Ancaster, Ontario, Canada. And I'm very happy to be here with my partner, my best friend, Amanda Catherine Roman, coming to you all the way from New Jersey. And we are co-founders of the Bold Brigade, our team in Beachbody. So we've been teaching you a lot of things over the last 8 weeks, and we really have started to talk about leadership. And sometimes leadership can be a bit overwhelming, and we have a lot of different thoughts that can, permeate our day. And sometimes our brain can be taken in 100 different directions, and we don't really know how to get centered. So Amanda, I'm hoping that you can tell us your most awesome tips about how do we keep it straight? Like, how do we check in with ourselves and our kind of mental clarity and mental dashboard about how we're showing up as a leader and what we're doing in this business? So what are some of your best tips around that?
So I think the first thing that's really important to remember is that we are all business owners, and we're in this amazing, beautifully supportive, incredible community of other business owners. And while there are certainly tons of opportunities to learn from one another and mastermind together and kind of take a little bit of what you learn that someone else doing and put your own spin on it, at the end of the day, what your business looks like come down to like what you decide to do every day and how you decide to show up as a leader in your business each and every day. So in the last lesson, we talked a lot about those consistent actions and the daily things that you do, not only to move your business forward and building a bold business, but in having that discipline of motivating yourself to continually do that on a regular basis. And so I think those are really important factors that do relate to how your business looks and how you are showing up as a leader. And I think a really popular lesson that Lisa and I have really taken to heart, a number of people in our community have as well, that Brendon Burchard teaches through the High Performance Academy, is that there is a way to kind of create this mental dashboard that Lisa referenced earlier that will really help you check in really whenever you need it. I would encourage you to do it on a daily basis. Maybe in the beginning, it's something that you can do weekly. If it's a practice that you're not used to doing, maybe set that time. Oftentimes on Sundays is a really reflective time for people. So maybe you can set aside like 30 minutes or 45 minutes every Sunday to do this exercise. But what we learned from Brendon Burchard is that the way that we decide we are going to show up for ourselves, for others, and in our business is really something that we are ultimately determining. And that an important part of that is the way that we look at that. And as an individual, the first part of the lesson in building your own mental dashboard is to think about what words would describe the type of person that you either are right now in your business or you want to live into. And so these are adjectives that you want others to think of when they think of working with you, when they think of your business, when they think of what it is, the things that you stand for. And those 3 words, I know personally for myself and also for Lisa, have become kind of a personal mantra for us. It's something that I personally do at the beginning of each quarter. I kind of evaluate how do I want to show up? What do I want people to think of when they think of Amanda Catherine Roman and my business and the work that I'm doing in the world? And it's something that I remind myself of, each and every day, probably multiple times throughout the day, to be honest with you. And those 3 words just mean a lot to me on a various levels. So think about what 3 words mean a lot to you and how you want to show up in this business. And then maybe each week, you can start off reflecting on those when you're planning your week or looking at the week ahead. And eventually it might be able to become a daily practice for you, which I think is really the ultimate goal with those self-identifying words. So that's really the first most important part of your mental dashboard, as we often talk about. If you're not able to take care of yourself and be a leader of your own self-care and your own motivation and disciplines, you really are not going to be able to help other people, which I know is why so many of you really got into this business in the first place, and it's what motivates you on a daily basis. The second area of that mental dashboard is to look at how you're interacting with others. And so there are ways that you might describe the types of interactions that you have. They might be generous. They might be inspiring. They might be motivating. Every single interaction that you have and every single conversation that you enter into, you have a choice to decide how you are going to show up, what energy you're going to bring. And over time, the more aware of this you are, even when you're having maybe a rough day or going through something difficult in another area of your life, which we all go through, if you have this awareness of what you want to do and how you want to show up as a business leader in your business, and you're able to remind yourself of those 3 self-identifying words, and then the 3 words that will teach you and remind you how you want to show up. Sometimes it just takes the presence of those words and reminding yourself, okay, I'm putting my business hat on. I want to be inspiring. I want to be motivating. I want to be empowering. Whatever those words might be for you will help you kind of move that dial and retune the dial on your mental dashboard so that when you show up as a business leader, you're able to do that and interact in the way that you ultimately want to live into as your best self. And then the third component of that relates to those actions that we take. So a way of thinking about it is success markers in your business. So we talked in the beginning of these trainings about what motivates you in this business. It might be your family. It might be your legacy. It might be a financial reason. There might be just serving other people. So what is it that you need to see in your life, in your business, that's going to show you that you are going in the right direction? And kind of marking out what those individual things look like and checking in with yourself on those. Maybe those are, you are aware of them on that daily or weekly basis, but maybe at the end of each month or even at the end of each quarter, you take a really hard look at, okay, these were the markers that I set for myself in my business, and kind of check in and see, am I really doing actions on a daily basis and showing up as a leader to go towards the successful completion of that marker? Or are they just kind of things that I wrote down on a piece of paper and they don't really mean anything to me and I don't really think about them on a regular basis? Going through this as a process, we're calling it a mental dashboard. It's something that might take you a little bit of time to get used to. It might feel a little bit awkward. But the thing that we're trying to suggest is a framework for you to have that dashboard in front of you that really will help you remember not only what your why is and why you started this business, but how you really want to be, how you really want to show up for other people in your interactions, and how you want to build your bold business on your terms to help serve other people. So think about what those 3 self-identifying words are, what those 3 interaction components might be, and then what those success markers might be, and start to check in with yourself on a regular basis. And as you do that, you can see if your dial needs to be turned up or turned down or retuned in some way, so that you're able to really be the business leader that you ultimately want to be. And at the end of the day, what that comes down to is if you are really living a happy, fulfilled, present life, and this business is helping you do that, that's really what you're checking in with on a very kind of big level, a big dream kind of capacity. And the other thing that you might want to check in on is, do other people see that about you? Are you talking about and sharing that personal growth and personal development that you're doing? And are they able to just really see it in who you are and how you show up? That is the type of leader that you are and the type of individual that you are. So those are some tips on just how to create that mental dashboard, ways to check in with it, and then the ability, knowing that you have the power and the ability to retune that and move and change that dial as appropriate. But the only way that you're going to know that is if you have that framework and you find a way to fit those check-ins into your routine, whatever that looks like for you.
Oh. Closing up shop, we're done. End note, period. That was awesome. Oh my God. I love it. I think it was really great, Amanda, is that you've given them exact steps that they could start implementing right now, like right this very moment, which is awesome. And I love where you're talking about, not only is it important to think about like how you want to show up and the words you want to use, but the why. Mm-hmm. Around a goal, right? Like, I want to get to Success Club 5. It's not about the 5. It's not about the number, right? Why do you want to do that? Well, I really want to help 3 women, or I really want to help 3 men or 3 people, or whatever your target niche is, right? Your tribe. It's like, I really want to help 3 women get better control of their health or their habits. Okay, what do I need to do that? Well, I need to be bold. That's a word, right? To be able to reach out to have those conversations with people. Okay, mental check. Am I being bold because I want to help 3 people? Am I going to have that conversation? Yeah, mental check. I haven't been bold. Get the guts to go have the conversation, right? Why do you want to have that conversation? Because you want to help people. So it's a really cool way of like, it's not, usually we have a goal, but it helps you kind of, dig down, like you said, turn the dial one way or another to say, am I getting closer to that goal or not? And how and who do I have to show up being to be able to get to that goal? So that's such a beautiful way to bring this kind of, I know we're going to do more lessons, but it's such a beautiful way to kind of close this lesson, because that's exactly what the heart of this is all about, right? You set a goal, but why? What's the deeper message? And then who do you have to be to yourself and to others to get there? Absolutely. In your business? Because it's yours. It's your business. Like, I hope you guys realize that. I know Amanda kept saying it, but I want to emphasize that. This is all yours, baby. It's your business, right? So that's such an amazing close. So anything else you want to know? You're like, no, I'm good. Yeah. That was it. All right, awesome. Yeah. So thank you so much, guys, for listening to this quick video. We want you to hashtag building a bold business. Maybe share your words. How do you want to show up? What are those words? What are your goals and why? Really use this group to kind of, when you listen to these videos and you check in. Tell us what you're thinking. Tell us what you got from this, because that's going to give us good feedback to be able to create and deliver to you what it is exactly that you need. So hashtag building a bold business. Amanda rock the house, and we will see you next time.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.